Okay, wanted to show y'all this. This is the Bigelow salted caramel, and like y'all, for fall. Let me face it this way. Oh. It tastes really good. But I think it will need, I want to add some honey and lemon juice to it because one, it helps with, apparently it helps with weight loss and stuff, but I think I'm going to put coconut oil in it too to make it kind of creamy. Let's see. I don't know if y'all can see me. Hold on. Ah! Trying to, dang it. There we go. I don't know why I just didn't do that in the first place. So, I'm just going to do a teaspoon of this because I might do this for, you know, all the other teas that I have today, because I have this one, this salted caramel, which is a black tea, which has caffeine, and then I also wanted to like have whatchamacallit, I have green tea, and then I have herbal tea, and then I plan on adding like a teaspoon, because I think it makes four teaspoons make a tablespoon, right? I think so. So I wanted to do that. And then coconut oil helps with, you know, your metabolism and stuff, and apparently so does lemon and honey, but my mom said not to take lemon too much because too much lemon can actually be harmful to your body. It depletes you, and it will, your muscles will, your muscles won't have enough, whatchamacallit, moisture, I guess. Your muscles gotta stay hydrated, and if you drink too much lemon, then you'll dehydrate it. So yeah. So that's that. And then, oh yeah, so I am using that coconut oil. I don't know if you saw, but the Luann coconut oil. And then I got this Jamie's Hive to Table 100% pure cinnamon infused raw honey. So it looks like that. This was like $10. So I don't know if there's some cheaper, you know, honey out there, but yeah, this was like $10, and apparently it's supposed to be good for you and all that. This does not make your coffee vegan, just to let you know. And Kimber's barking outside, but I do like a couple of squeezes, like I just squeeze it a couple of times as it goes out, and then I like stop. Oh my gosh, Kimber is barking. Stop. That honey is infused with cinnamon. Oh, and I do like a couple of splashes, so like that. But the honey is infused with cinnamon, and it kind of tastes like Red Hots. Yeah, so you have to have a nice taste for it, because Josh, he got so mad when he found out it had cinnamon in it, and that it tasted like Red Hots. Okay, so as I was saying, the honey, you have to have a good taste for it, because it's cinnamon and it tastes like Red Hots. And okay, so now that I mix that in there, or put those in there, I get like a knife, and you have to mix it for a while, because you don't want your, when I do with this, to get the right temperature in the microwave and for it to not taste so weird, because the microwave, I feel like if you microwave water too much, the water itself starts tasting stale, or just starts tasting weird. So there's a beverage, yeah, there's a beverage setting, and I press beverage, and I press 1, meaning like 1 cup, and then you press start, and it'll cook it, or not cook it, but it'll go and make it warm, and it makes it this nice like warm coffee temperature. Like you don't have to worry about it being too hot. And I just steep my tea bags in here for like 4 minutes, and then I add all this stuff, and then I kind of mix it enough to where when I bring out the knife, it does, like, you can see that there's goo on it. Like, I don't know if you can see, but there's like, it looks gooey. So I just keep mixing until like it stops looking that way, because that means the honey is still not fully gone. And I also keep my honey warm. I never cool my honey, because if it goes in the refrigerator, it's really hard to get it out of the bottle. So I just leave it out. Yeah. And then this morning, I got these mandarinas, and they're sweet mandarins, but they're kind of like the cuties, and they look like this. And I take like 2 or 3 out at a time, because like they fill me up, like for little bitty things, they fill me up quite a bit. And I've been saving the peels, because I think when I clean the house really good one day, hopefully soon, when I clean the house, I'll just use one of those, or use this and put it in the oven and bake them, and apparently it makes your house smell good. And once these kind of like dry out and stuff, you can also use it for other things. So I'm gonna look up what other things I can do with this. So yeah. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next thing, which is probably gonna be hair care. Okay, so I got a little distracted. As you can see, I did my makeup and I put on some foundation just to see how it looked on my skin. It has my skin looking dewy and stuff because it has been dry, and to actually have a foundation on that, well, I guess I didn't really cover it that good up there. You can still kind of see my skin shining through, but it is a good coverage foundation. I just kind of like went over it. I just really wanted to see what it looked like on my skin, and it looks pretty good. It does look dewy. I've also been working around and like rubbing my face, so my foundation's coming off in some places that are like, you know, rubbing. Okay, so I figured out what else I wanted to show y'all. I don't know if y'all could see me. I'm using the front camera on my phone, but I wanted to show y'all what I am doing currently to kind of like make my house smell good. If you watch the Santa Clarita Diet on Netflix with Drew Barrymore, you know that her and her husband were like realtors, and he says, "Ooh, are you baking cookies?" And she says, "No, I put vanilla and stuff in the oven to make it smell good." So I also saw that you could put orange peels in pretty much anything, and it's pretty much like potpourri. So, ooh, those smell so good. But there you go. It's like pretty much dried orange peels. So yeah. They smell really good, and they smell like roasted orange, and to me it has a good smell for like fall. So I should have put some vanilla in there, but I feel like vanilla, well, I guess vanilla and orange would smell like a sherbet, but I feel like I'm gonna leave it in a little bit longer. I'm probably gonna add some vanilla because now it smells so good, and then to add vanilla, I feel like that would be perfect. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, make sure you don't do what I do and grab it with your bare hands. But I was like pretty much doing this without any gloves on, and yeah, that was hot. But I took like a fork or spoon, and then I kind of like mixed it all in there. But you can see it's wet from the vanilla. So we're gonna put it back in the oven and see if it smells like orange sherbet in the house. Before I start cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and start doing like stuff for my hair. So, oh gosh. So this is my coconut oil that I bought just yesterday. It's actually pretty melted since it was a little bit hot in the house. So I'm just gonna pour it right in there. And like, that doesn't look like a lot, but trust me, it's a lot for like hair. And we're gonna put this back up. We're gonna put these up because I don't know why they're out. A lot of people say like heat it up and put it in the microwave, but I feel like when you heat it up, you know, it can, one, burn your scalp if you do it too much or do it too hot, and two, like it's already melted, so why do you need to heat it up? But let me go get a brush to brush out all my hair. Okay, so I have my wet brush, and I'm just gonna brush it out. But one thing I wanted to start doing it started wearing my hair straight again, because I feel like I haven't worn it straight in a while. And these curls, like, they hurt to brush out. Like, this all hurts because it's so tangled up because the mousse. And I know, like, I need to use less mousse, you know, that just means I need to use less mousse. But I like to just, if I don't feel it start to set the curls or whatever while I'm doing my hair, I start worrying, so I put in more mousse. But I wanted to show that it's possible to grow your hair out even if you straighten your hair. You just got to be very careful with your hair, and you got to take care of it. Okay, so I don't know if I should just dump it on my head or whatever, but a lot of people, when they do these kind of things, they kind of just like smother it on their hands and kind of run it through. I really want to run it through the bottom first, just so these ends can get a little refreshed. But as a stylist, we always say to start from the scalp, only because like that's fresh hair, and to make fresh hair last longer, you want to get it as soon as, like, you want to get it at the roots. That way you start off on a fresh start with roots in a way. So with your roots being properly conditioned and properly, you know, taken care of, as it grows out, it will last longer and look fresher longer. You know, other than focusing on your roots or focusing on your ends a ton. And if you keep focusing on your ends, then your ends are just going to stay the same, and your roots are going to be, you know, they're going to start being dull. So it's always good to start from the roots first, but I like to focus on the ends at least a little bit. So yeah, we're just going to keep doing that. It's kind of like you're massaging your scalp. So we're just going to keep doing this, and it helps with blood flow, and it helps to, you know, your hair to get longer. And as a stylist, I would just use, it's already dripping down my forehead and I didn't even feel it, or like right here on your head, because it will drip down. But as a stylist, we always use like marula oil or, you know, Moroccan oil, pretty much any oil that we have, you know, at our station we use. And when we do a scalp treatment or, you know, a scalp oil treatment, it's good to take the dropper, squeeze a whole bunch in there, start from right here on the back of the head and just squeeze it out, and then distribute it like that. And my hair was this short last year, like, or at least it was this short. So it grew about like 6 inches in the last year. So I'm kind of proud of that. Well, I am proud of that. I'm hoping by the next year I will have it down to here and it'll be super long, because my family, they always worry about me cutting it short, and I think this is the longest it's ever been. And now that it's this long, I really don't feel like cutting it again, because all I worried about when it was short is getting it long again. And so I think I'm just going to keep it long, not mess with it, make sure I take good care of it, and just keep doing what I've been doing. So yeah. And then, oh my goodness, especially my hair, when it gets, the longer it gets, the more I shed, or at least it seems like I'm shedding more, because like my hair, it's longer, so it's wrapping around my fingers. Just keep messing with it. It's pretty damp right now. Just making sure I get all of it. I already focused on my roots, so I'm kind of just like brushing it through. I'm just going to put it up. Kind of comb it with my fingers. and then kind of make a bun and just wrap that right there. So I'm gonna like go on through my day. My buns are actually looking cute on my head, and I feel cute. Like, there's no other way to explain it. Oh, and when you're done with the oil, rub it on your hands because it's a good moisturizer for your hands. Like, I love putting on moisturizer on my hands. Like, I see girls my age with hands and they like, it looks wrinkled right here, and the only wrinkles I really have on my hand are right here. You know, but like these are doing better. And then like I always kind of like do that and kind of rub the oil in my knuckles or something. But there's like girls my age that have hands that look like an 80-year-old's. Okay, so now that we have that done, I'm gonna take this stuff out. I'll show you it. Okay. Oh, it smells so good. So I'm gonna like leave this out, and then yeah. So there they are, roasted and toasted, and they smell good. It smells like orange sherbet. Like, it smells so good. I'm gonna do this more often. So we have that. We're just gonna leave that out to let it smell at the house some more. Or I need to move it because I'm about to do some stuff. It's not that hot. I can set it down. Okay. So now I'm just gonna cut some zucchini and. Okay, just so y'all know, the zucchini, I cut the whole zucchini in half, so I have, you know, half the zucchini facing down each, and then I cut it in half right here, and then I dice them like this, and it comes out like this little cube, because I feel like doing like spaghetti zucchini and actually making it like a spaghetti, it is nasty and it gets mushy easily. So this way it still has a crunch to it, and it also tastes really good, and especially when you put butter on this. Except I'm gonna try and be healthy and use my coconut oil like I should, so we're gonna see. Okay, now that my food is cooked, I will measure everything. So this is a Bluetooth measuring scale. It's by Vitamix or Perfect Mix or something like that. And sorry, it's all messy up here. But I will use this to count what I'm eating. So like I'll do it in ounces or grams, mostly ounces though, because it's just easier that way. And so I'll measure like how much. I just want to know what's going into my body pretty much. So, you know, I'll have that whole zucchini cooked. You can count before you cook it, but I think it changes. Like when you take all the moisture out of it when you cook, it actually weighs less. So I like to just cook it, and whatever I don't eat, I don't eat. I'll just put it all in a bowl and weigh it, and then I'll eat as much as I want to, and when I don't eat or when I don't finish it, then I'll weigh it again and see what the difference is, and that's how much I ate. So, but I like to just, normally I eat it all, so I'll just put the whole zucchini in there and measure it, and then I'll put the sauce in there and measure it. Okay, so very colorful, or I guess it's very colorful for it being a two ingredient recipe or whatever. But I did 5.5 ounces of tomato, and then I did 5.5 ounces of zucchini. I did not plan it to be that way, so I have 10 fluid ounces of food pretty much. Let me see how this turned out to be. 478 calories, which is good for me because I'm not that hungry today. And me, I focus on putting more calories in my meals than anything else, but also leaving room for snacks. So I'll leave like 200 calories for popcorn, or I'll leave like 100 calories for ice cream or something like that. So right now I have like 578 more calories to go, because I think my breakfast was 178 calories. That was for the 3 I don't know if they're called mandarins or whatever, mandarins, for the 3 mandarins. And I put a scoop of honey, or I put like a teaspoon of honey and a teaspoon of what is it called, olive oil in it, so it kind of made it a little bit higher. The tea could have been like 0 calories, and I could have only eaten. So my breakfast could have just been 120 calories if I would have just ate the tea by itself, because the tea, when you make tea by itself, it's like 0 calories unless you drink a lot of it. I think it's like 8 calories or something because the caffeine in it. But normally teas are like 0 calories if you do the 8 fluid ounces, and the teas that I have, it's pretty much 0 calories because it's only 1 tea bag, and it's only made for one one serving of an 8 ounce, or 1 8-ounce serving. So yeah, so let me eat this first, and then I'll get y'all after I do my hair. All right, so we're gonna continue this on another video, or on the next video. So yeah, I didn't realize how long this one was, so we're gonna go ahead and go on to the next day in the next video. So remember to like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.